Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the final October edition of Topic Time with Harrison Young. Yes, it is Monday, October 30th, and we can see on media. Okay. We are having Halloween tomorrow. I don't know if you guys are doing anything. I'm probably just going to be hanging out. I'm not handing any candy out. You never know what kind of stuff might happen if you do. But I just as soon just enjoy the holiday by myself and, buy people's costumes. But you know what? This is also my 340th Topic Time episode in history. It's unbelievable. And to celebrate that milestone, I have a very iconic guest here. This is Lorraine Vozzella, but she goes by Laurie.
Yes.
She's a comedian. She's an actress, and she's a writer. And she's got a lot of stuff. She's a mom. She brought a child with her, young daughter with her. She's watching this today over there. It's really awesome. So, Laurie, thanks for coming in today.
Oh, you're welcome. And also, I'm actually taping another, retaping my Serial Daters.
You which?
I'm retaping Serial Daters, so it's a short about relationships. It's a comedy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm rewriting it, getting a new camera person, and working on that as well.
Okay, is this something you just started?
Nope, I started a while back, and I kind of stopped, and now I have to redo it over again.
Okay. Well, I understand. You got to edit it.
Yeah, no, it's not editing. It's actually going to refilm it all over again, the scenes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is this like a documentary on dating?
No, it's not a documentary. It's a short, independent film regarding relationships. It can be dating relationships I had with my family.
Okay.
It's based on true events with myself and my good friend Jamie Ryan, which we used to do Sports Nuts. So we did this little YouTube Sports Nuts kind of thing where I made predictions about football.
Oh, you like sports. Cool.
Yeah, and I kind of made quirky predictions, and it was a comedy, a little skit that we did together because we had great chemistry on air.
Oh, really? Well, you still doing it now?
No, we kind of took a little hiatus. We were going to think about doing some other things with it, but we're always working together and collaborating.
Oh, well, when you're doing this sounds awesome. When you were doing this, where exactly did you do this?
Well, we would pick various locations. Like one time we did in Kmart.
Okay. Kmart where?
In Somerville.
Oh, Somerville, okay.
Yeah, another time we did it outside in the pouring rain. We would do it at my pool. We would just... What was a funny location? We did it by a train, railroad track.
Okay.
Where we felt spontaneous, and we would.
So this was something you did for film, and it was on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh.
Sports Nuts. It's at NUTZ with Jamie Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a big sports fan too.
Yeah, I love the sports. Actually, I love the Red Sox.
Love the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Well, are you happy with the new manager choice?
I don't really. Yeah.
He might win the World Series for Houston. That's what we want. I'm hoping he does.
I'm a diehard Red Sox. I love the Patriots. I like hockey. I mean, I remember watching hockey growing up with my stepdad and so forth.
Oh, cool. Okay, the Bruins?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. What about the Celtics?
I actually went to high school with some players in the baseball. I don't really like basketball that much, but
okay.
I went to high school with Patrick Ewing, Ramel Robinson, famous basketball players.
Okay. That's right. Cambridge runs in Latin?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. You guys are about the same age. You told me your age.
He's a little older.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
I was a freshman.
Both younger than me, though.
Yeah.
I know that. That's wild. All right. Well, let's talk about that. So that's awesome. I'm so glad you brought that up because I did not know that. That's why we ask these questions on Topic Time.
Yeah, I'm a true Canterbridgian. I'm actually third generation Cambridge. My grandmother came here from Ireland to live in Cambridge. My mother grew up in Cambridge, and I grew up in Cambridge. So
Ireland, huh? But your last name sounds Italian.
Yeah, I'm Gaelic and Gaelic. My dad's Italian. My mother's Irish.
Gaelic and Gaelic. Wow.
Typical Bostonian. What are you going to say?
I know, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, well, let's go over the things that you've done, film, entertainment-wise, one after another, all your projects that you can name in the half hour that we have. So just ballpark them.
All right, so I've done a lot of shorts. I played a junkie girl in an Xmas story with Eamon Brooks, who's from Southie. I played a mistress.
No, wait a minute, hold up. I'll ask questions when I get to interject. Are these like all TV little web series?
No, they're independent short films.
Films, okay.
Yeah. I played a mistress in The Suitcase with David Garfield. I played a nurse with Douglas Gordon. He also is a cameraman. He's going to be the one that's going to refilm my Serial Daters with a C. So Serial Like You Eat is a comedy about relationships, dating, relationships on.
Sounds like something that might be on Sundance.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, that'd be great.
You know why? Because everybody has relationships, like a relationship, business relationships.
Yep.
You know, your father relationship.
So
Your
it isn't
brother.
just romantic relationships.
No,
it's just relationships in general.
in today's world with the internet, with texting,
Okay.
with social networking, and just one-on-one relationships, how people communicate. And the thing is I had humor in it, so I'm like naturally kind
As
of
it should
comedic.
be. Oh, good. I can
So-
tell.
If I get a chance, I'll tell a joke. So kind of segueing into that, I've always been told that I've been funny, so
Ever do stand-up?
yeah, and I
Okay.
took a comedy writing class in Cambridge at the Hong Kong, which a lot of famous
The
comedians.
Hong Kong? What's
Yeah,
that?
it's a restaurant in Cambridge in Harvard Square.
Okay.
And one of Russ Gustone taught it, and it's a comedy thing on Wednesday and Sunday nights, and a lot of great people came out of there. They've been on the late night talk shows and stuff like that. So
Wow.
I took a comedy writing there. I always loved comedy naturally, and I have my friends who are in the industry because I'm a union actress. I'm
Okay.
SAG-AFTRA actress. Tell me, you got to do stand up. Just you telling your stories are funny. Even Steve Sweeney, who's a major comedian
I
here.
know he is.
He took me to coffee. Steve Sweeney with the black pants and the white socks says, "Laurie, I know funny and you're funny. You just tell your story. That's all you can do." And then he wanted me to promote him. I said, "Steve, how much you gonna pay me to promote you? I don't do it for free. Listen."
There you go.
This is a major comedian asking me to promote him.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Ever-
So,
you work with Lenny Clark?
Yeah, he grew up with my sister. I did a
That's
short
right,
with
he's from
Lenny
Cambridge,
Clark.
too.
I did the restaurant. I played a Boston waitress. You know, my waitress a lot. My mom was a waitress her whole life. She worked in famous places in Boston, Lindstrom's.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. She
Wow.
worked for the SNS in Cambridge for many years. So, you know, that comes like second nature to me.
Sure.
So I played a Boston waitress in a short film. Get segued into the stand-up comedy. I just did it an open mic night to see if I could do it. It was a dare, my friend Jamie and I. So
Okay.
I got up there. I did it.
Where was this open mic night?
We did it at Tavern at the End of the World where Charlestown meets Somerville.
Okay.
Back in the day, it used to be a fight outside, but now people just smoke pot and chill.
Okay, I hear you.
So because my teacher at the Hong Kong said to go there, because once you take the class, you can get into doing the stand-up open mic night, kind of find your way. Then I did it the Iron Furnace in Quincy, and unfortunately they closed down because they couldn't pay the lease.
Oh.
But I met a lot of people in the industry and networks. I met a lot of major comedians who were doing the circuit.
Ever meet Dave Russo?
Yeah.
He was a guest on my show a few months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, a good friend of mine. I grew up in Cambridge, Joey Carroll. He's a comedian. He does it. He does a lot of
It's not the
overseas
same as
stuff.
Joey Voices, right?
I know him too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'd love to get these people on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you, especially...
Joey Voices sings too.
Well, right. He sings, he impersonates, he does it
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, that's the beautiful thing about my show is that I get people on.
Just
that,
ask him.
Well, I mean, I've tried to, but it's hard. It's easier if I get some influence. Like if
Tell
he's-
him I've been on. Maybe he'll come
Well,
on.
that's what I'm saying. He'll see this, and then maybe he'll come on. You know. Well, no, but I mean, this is how it works. We
Yeah,
get
yeah.
people on, but that's awesome. I mean, you seem like you got a very a stucky person, stucky, not stuffy, stucky person. I just made that word up, but that's the kind of personality you have, and it seems to push you very well in the
Well, you know what it is?
comedic domain.
As a little girl, I was always fascinated with human beings. Like I would go to Harvard Square and just sit and watch people, watch their personalities.
Cool.
Like I would just study them. So when I meet people, I think everybody has something to offer to you. There's some experience or something they have to teach you.
Right.
So I study people, and that helps me too with my writing to build characters.
Okay.
So right now, currently, I'm working on a script, like a book script, and it's about my life growing up as
Wow.
Irish and Italian in Boston and Cambridge.
There you go.
So that's a lot of my family. My great grandfather was Italy, and it's called Words Unspoken, Stories Untold.
Okay.
So I'm working on that as well, and I'm taking a writing class on Monday nights. You can come and go. It's the Harvard Script Writers Group.
Okay, wow.
So that helps me a lot to network with a lot of great people in the industry. Not only are they writers,
Yep.
but they're doctors. They're intelligent. They're lawyers. They have other profession. They have like dual careers. So for me, by osmosis, I'm just sucking in all this knowledge.
Wow.
And I love it. I
That's-
just love being around people who
Cool.
like. I had a friend the other day say to me, "Laurie, why do you go to the dark side?" I say, I go to the dark side because that feeds my creativity. That, like, you take tragedy or bad things that happen to you and you make it into comedy.
There
If
you
you look
go.
at Shakespeare,
We had this
that's what it's all
discussion the
about.
other day.
Yeah.
I said, that, you look at see the glass is half empty or half full, and you see that's great. I know, like.
But if you do the studying about comedy, a lot of things, like if you look at stand-up comedians that are famous, they talk about a lot of things that had happened to them.
Right.
And it like personally happened to them, and it may have affected them in a negative way, and they make humor out of it. That's how I, as
You
an
should teach
Irish
a course
person,
in doing that.
as an Irish person, that's how you get through a lot of kind of trials and tribulations in your life.
Right.
Because you just you have quick wit and humor
Yep.
and stuff like that. And it's a good way to pick yourself up.
Wow, you're great at that. I can tell. You're so snappy with the dialogue. It's awesome. Well, now,
Thank
okay,
you.
do you model too? Have
Well,
you?
I've done, when I was younger, I did modeling in Florida and here. And I am
In
signed
Florida,
with-
you said?
Yeah, I used to
Okay.
live in Florida. I am signed with Models Club. I was on the Citizens Print ad.
Okay.
I've done some industrial stuff, which has to do with say if you're in a medical field and you want to find out about tutorials, so you go, I did this one flu vaccination thing. So yeah, I've done dibble-dabbled in modeling.
Okay.
I was a hair model when I was younger.
Wow.
I did a lot of hair modeling with shows. And when I was 18, 20, I used to dance. I was in New Kids on the Block video.
You were in a New
games.
Kids in the Block video?
Yeah, I used to
Wow.
dance when I-
You still keep in touch with those guys at all?
Oh, no.
Well, that's awesome. New
I mean,
Kids
I
in the
came
Block.
back home. I'm a real estate agent. I was on Flippin' Boston, a TV show.
Okay.
They asked me to be on that. That's about real estate investments. So when I was 28, I fell into some money. I got hit by a drunk driver, and I invested in real estate. And then when I was 24, I worked on Fever Pitch as an extra. And
You worked on what as an extra?
Fever Pitch, the movie about
Oh,
the
okay.
Red Sox,
Yep.
as an extra, and that's with Angela Perry and Boston Casting.
Right.
And that's how I was like, you know what? I just want to do it here in Massachusetts. I want to be part of it, but I wanted to be part of it in the independent film segment because I felt that that's more attainable for me right now. If I really wanted to be big in it, I would move to New York or LA, but I had a child. That was my first priority.
Right. Is she your only one?
Yeah, one and only, one and done.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was later in life. I was 40.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, she doesn't look that old. She looks like she's 13 or 14.
She's 11.
11, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're older than my nephew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids are big today.
What's that?
Kids are big today.
I
All
know.
the hormones in the food.
What's that?
All the hormones in the food.
Yeah, that's true. They do grow. They grow big. Yeah, I know. My nephew he had to be extricated by a C-section 10 years ago, and he was touch and go. He was 10 1/4 pounds at birth.
Wow.
He came in here to see me interview Vinny Paz a few weeks ago.
Oh, you interviewed Vinny Paz?
I did.
That's so interesting.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah, you should watch that show. You'll
Yeah,
see it.
I love boxing.
Yeah, I know. I figured you did, and I'm
I
going to
do.
have a female boxing promoter on too with a manager.
Oh,
and
my God, I
yeah,
love that.
so I get a lot of kinds of cool guests.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so what are you doing now specifically?
Right now, I am trying to I'm trying to do real estate.
You're doing real estate.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have 2 properties I need to sell. I'm writing my
In
script.
Somerville, by any chance?
Somerville?
That's not where your properties are?
No, one of my properties is in Chelsea by
Oh.
the airport, and the other one's in Rosendale.
Okay.
So that's close to Boston.
I know.
Yeah. I used to work in Somerville real estate, and I'm trying to get back into leases. The reason why I'm doing that
Yep.
is I want to fund my projects.
Okay.
I want to refilm Serial Days, and I want to make it like an episode, have Serial Days 1, 2, and 3. So I need to fund it. I was thinking about doing crowdfunding. I will do that as well. And then I am still taking my writing class on Mondays, and I'm writing my script, which is going to probably be a full feature or book.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I'm still gonna do some stand-up, open mic nights, and I feel that I do that just to keep my mind sharp. And I get out there and I, mix and mingle with the other young kids, people who've been in the industry for a while. I connected with a lot of comedians, and it just helps me to get in that whole form of, the kind of comedian, writers, acting. I need to be in that niche in order to really thrive in
Wow.
the community.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I like
Now, when did you start writing the script that you're talking about now?
Probably last year.
Okay.
But in my head, I wrote it over 50 times.
Of course,
Yeah.
and you're not going to.
I lived it, and then I wrote it in my head.
Well, when you finally have it down the way you want it, what's going to be the next step?
I'd have to get it in the right hands,
Right.
distribution. Like I had an opportunity on the movie that was filmed in Boston, Whaleman,
Yep.
with one of the great producers, and I didn't even know who he was. One of the teams, the guy goes, "Oh, go talk to that guy over there." So I went to talk to him, and he's like one of those great producers that produced Liam Neeson's movies and
Wow.
stuff like that.
Okay.
So I had not literally 7 minutes to pitch what I was working on, Serial Datas,
Wow.
and he gave me some inside information. He told me how to get into the industry, and I googled him after, and people were lining up, young students just graduating film school just to get in front of a panel and he was on it to pitch their movie.
Wow.
So I
You must have felt like you were in pretty good company to be able to do that.
yeah,
This guy.
he was just a regular guy. I didn't even know who
Sure.
he was, and I was just talking to him like you and just telling him what my ideas, what I was working on and everything, and he gave me some valuable information.
You did. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so now right now, what do you spend your days doing? Just mostly real estate and writing, and that's
I spend my days raising my daughter.
raising your daughter. Yeah.
I actually did a little bit of Uber driving because
Oh, yeah, you
I do
told me.
like my own studies.
What do you think? I mean, you know something? Do you want to, being an Uber driver, you could rake up enough material there to do a
Oh
stand-up
my
show.
God, I
too.
feel like I feel like it's like field work
Yeah,
for writers.
exactly.
I meet so many interesting characters.
Right.
And not even the fact, like for writing, for comedy, but it's almost like a spirituality in a way because I meet some very...
It's almost like a what?
Spirituality.
Spirituality,
Like I meet
okay,
some
yep.
people, like my first Uber ride, I
Yep.
got in a car with this guy, he was from like Uganda, and he told, and I saw the sticker he had in his car and it said, Church of Second Chances. I was like, sign me up, I gotta go there, I need to redeem myself.
Wow.
I've been sinning, I'm a Catholic, but I believe in spirituality. And the guy was so nice, and he spoke so eloquently, and he was telling me how he just came back from Italy, and how he believes that everybody on earth is equal, and that we're all in this together, that we should treat people right. And I was like, you know what? That's a lesson right there. Like, that was God speaking
Sure.
to him. But like, you know, I bring my, and guess where I was going? I was going to Laughs in Boston because Tony V, who's a major legend in Boston, he's a
Right.
comedian. He said, Laurie, just schedule yourself and you can come up anytime. But I can't even, like, that's down the line to
Right.
get myself scheduled to go to Laughs. I could do it, but it's like, that would be like one of my short-term goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you kind of raised in a strict Catholic family? Did you have a
Oh
strict
my God, I'm Irish and Italian. I
Right,
was
yeah, I kinda
Roman
figured-
Catholic. Both my parents went
Sure.
to Catholic school.
Yeah, so you never did, you just, every school you went to was parochial school?
No. I'm one of 6. I have younger brothers and sisters, half brothers that didn't go to Catholic school.
I
went to
understand.
public school in
Okay.
Cambridge.
Now,
I-
did you go to college at all?
I went to UMass Boston.
Okay.
I took communication theater and some writing class. Actually wrote I wanted to go to Northeastern for journalism,
Okay.
and I didn't want to go for journalism. I wrote to go to Northeastern, and they said, you're accepted into journalism. I went for 2 weeks, but at the time, I didn't have a lot of money financially. My dad wouldn't pay for me, so I kind of was in a rock and a high place, and I didn't do it. And I worked with my family business. My dad owned a lot of businesses and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I never finished college. I mean, I have, like 75 credits, but I've taken like continue ed classes all along,
Okay. Why did you want to do journalism?
I didn't. I wrote a 500
it is
word
a great-
essay,
it is a great-
and they said to me, you should be in journalism.
Yeah, it is a great,
Because I'm always investigating things. I have that
Right.
probing kind
Exactly.
of mind, and also I always play, I believe in conspiracy theories.
you believe in which?
Conspiracy theories.
Okay,
I
yeah.
believe like the devil's advocate. I always push the envelope.
Yeah.
Like somebody will say something and I'll go,
It's an awesome field because, there's all, to be able to report, and plus it helps your writing skills too.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Have you ever been on, you said you were on another TV show in Boston before? Like in Boston Cable, you did a show.
Oh
there?
yeah, I did Boston Community Cable Network with James Sayer.
Okay.
So that's
James Taylor, the singer?
No, Sayer.
Oh,
James
Sayer, okay. I'm sorry.
And Michael Flaherty.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's on Boston Community Cable. I think it's BCT or something like that.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
wow. Okay,
They
yeah.
interviewed me on that.
Good, okay. So you love, you spent a lot of time in the Boston, Cambridge, you circulating
Yeah, I
around.
mean, when I was in New York in the 90s,
Okay, what
I
were you
used to
doing
live
there?
out there. I had a whole bunch of friends. We moved out there, and I started to, was
New York City?
Yes,
Okay.
Manhattan. I lived out there in the 90s, and I
Yep.
wanted to get into modeling. It kind of didn't, I wasn't tall enough, but I met a lot of people in the music industry, and I met before he became famous, I used to hang out with Vin Diesel.
With who?
Vin Diesel?
Oh, Vin Diesel,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
way, wow.
So I used to hang out with him, go to auditions. He's a
Love
writer.
to get him on the show.
Yeah, good luck with that. I can't even get in touch with him now.
Wow.
You have to excuse me. I'm kind of losing my voice.
No, you're doing great. Okay, now did you say, were you involved in music in any way? Did you say you were doing music at all?
No, I met a lot of people in the music industry
You
in
did,
New
but
York.
except the fact that you were in a New Kids on the Block video.
Oh yeah, I was a dancer in that. Yeah.
Okay, well, have you ever done anything? You've never tried singing or playing any musical instruments?
No.
Well, you might want to. I always try to give advice to my guests to help them out, and down the line, it might be, the more multifaceted you are,
Yeah.
the more opportunities
Yeah.
you'll have. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, right now
Like
you got
the
a lot on
old
your plate.
actors, the classic actors in the 40s, they could sing, dance, and act.
Exactly.
My daughter, who's 11 years old, says, I can't sing. Mama, you should just hang it up.
She says that.
Oh, yeah, she
Don't
could
listen
sing.
to her.
She got the beats on, my beats over there, so she's not even listening to her. Typical kid. She's
Well-
not listening to us.
But all right, well, let's say, for instance, that you can't, there's nothing wrong with being someone who's comedic. Why don't you do like comedic music? Make like a comedy musical up for yourself. Write a script where people sing. It's almost like kind of like an
Yeah.
opera,
It's funny.
like a 21st century opera with goofy lyrics.
Yeah, maybe.
Get a cast together.
It's an idea.
What's that?
It's an idea.
Yeah, it might be fun. I mean,
I would probably get booed
you
off the
thrive on
stage.
originality, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
There you go.
I took a voice class.
You
And,
did?
when I took it, the lady said to me, "This is
Where'd you take it?
At Bristol Studios in Boston."
Okay.
So she said that I should sing "Yesterday."
By the Beatles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like my yesterday.
Oh, in other words, like your best days are behind
All my
you?
troubles seem so far away.
That's terrible. Why would they talk to you like that? That's not cool.
But then when I was like 20 something,
Yeah.
actually, you remember community auditions? You
I
remember
do.
Rex
Dave
Taylor? They asked me to be a country and western singer, and I
You
was
should
like,
have.
back then, okay, so if I'm 51, back then when I was in my 20s, nobody was listening to country and western in Massachusetts.
That's not true.
So I was like,
anything like, yeah, but community auditions.
I was into rap.
Right, but okay, but community.
And hip-hop.
You could have done that too.
I know, but I
But
don't
community
know.
auditions doesn't matter. I mean, you have your own thing.
Okay, I sabotaged my life. I should have done it.
No, maybe you can do it now. They brought it back, you know.
I know. Listen, my life's like a country and western song played backwards. I got to get the house back, the bottle back, the husband back.
Okay. My cousin was on that. Sarah Silverman, do you know who she is?
I do.
Yeah, she's my cousin.
She's great.
Yeah, she's something, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
That was like
something.
one of her first gigs. She's
Yeah,
a
she is
singer
something.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that would
She's
be good.
good.
Okay, well,
Go ahead.
you still do Uber driving now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, when you do Uber driving, how is that different from regular cabbing? I mean, I suppose that the ride's more luxurious for the passenger.
Yeah, I have a new car. There's certain hotspots, so they tell you on the app. It's all app-based.
Yep.
So you go to hotspots. Like I was in Brookline. They'll tell you the section on the app, like Brookline,
Yep.
Newton. This is a hotspot at this time, so you get 3 times a point. So you'll get more money for just driving in those areas.
Of course.
Than opposed to
It's
other
a,
areas.
it's a richer neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, it's not even the fact that rich neighborhood. It's the hotspot because it's where people want the ride, so it's in demand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, now what do you do? Like, you still do open mics now?
I'm gonna start doing it again. I did it. I stopped doing it a couple weeks ago like a month ago because they shut down Iron Furnace in Quincy.
All right, you
I
went
was
in Quincy.
pissed. And then there's the Sally and Brothers in Somerville. There's Bliney Stone in Dorchester, which they asked me to come be there because I add something different to it as a woman. And when I get up there, I have to say, but I shoot from the hips, and I talk about sex sells.
Oh, I know it does. Hey, why not?
I just let it flow.
Especially from a good-looking girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
I just talk about my life experience and just get out there, being an older lady and being, not married. And
Well, you look like you're in good shape, though.
Thank you.
You
I gotta
work out
on-
regularly?
No,
Really?
not lately. I have been though.
Well-
Like years ago, I did.
Well, my guess is you have so much energy that it burns. It burns
Oh
off
yeah, I have a
lot of work.
fast metabolism.
Exactly.
So I started to do a little yoga here and there, but I got to get foot surgery, so I have to kind of take it easy.
You got a witch?
Get foot surgery. I busted my foot doing cross
yeah,
training, so I kind of messed my foot up.
Okay. Now, what do you like to? You like to go out like during I know you live in the city, but do you like to ever go to the country, like the mountains, the beach, or any of that?
Over the summer, we went to Atlantic City.
Okay.
We went to Vermont. We went to Maine. I went to New York.
There you go.
Yeah, so I love to travel.
Love to travel?
I went to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why Atlantic City? To gamble?
No, my daughter was in a dance national. I do gamble.
was in a
here with
which
her.
national?
Dance nationals.
Oh, there you go. So
Yeah,
she's
she's
a
a
dancer.
dancer.
There you
Yeah.
go. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there she had
She
the
has her
opportunity
own.
to be on the show, but
yeah, she was in a commercial
for which?
for pizza. It's American. I forget.
What?
Flatbread pizza.
National commercial?
No, it's not national. It was on. Web. On the
Okay.
web. Yeah.
Wow.
She got her first voucher. She was on SMLF, which they picked up here in Boston. She got a voucher for doing paintball, a SAG voucher.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
What about you? Have you ever been in any commercials or any? Have you been in in any major films? I know you've done indie stuff.
Yeah, I've been in just extra work and stand. I did a lot of
You
stand-in
told me you
work.
were in one of those films, but go ahead. Can you
I did stand-in work here in New York. I did a
Right.
lot of stand-in work.
Okay.
And I've done extra work. So I don't have any principal credits
Okay.
in major films yet.
Right.
But
No,
I will.
Well, you'll have your IMDb credit for Topic Time tonight after the show is
I'm
up.
shooting for the stars.
Yeah, there you go, as you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best part of your life is ahead of you. That's what I always say.
There you go. You have a good outlook.
Of course, you have to be. I'm 58, so I get a lot of
You got a lot of living.
A lot of living. Yeah, the best part's ahead of me, and I've never thought I'd get as far as I did. I never thought I'd even live this long.
Really?
Oh yeah, I've had I've had some health issues and stuff. And fortunately, I've survived them all, at least for the moment. No
That's
meds
good.
at all for me. I went from being like a teenage drug user back in the 70s
Yeah.
to get through that.
Yeah.
I needed to.
Yeah.
So So
Everybody did drugs back then, though.
But it's true.
It was the
but
times.
Yeah, I know. To say that
Listen,
just
either
because it was
people are on
involved doesn't
drugs,
mean it's a good thing to do.
either they're on drugs, prescribed drugs, or they're coming off of drugs.
Right.
Like this, that's like the major market now to make money.
Personally, I think, when President Trump gets up and he says, that that so many people are dying from opioid addiction, it's horrible. But as someone who made the choice to stop doing it, I didn't use opioids, but I used a lot of different things. And I say, if I can someone bring myself to stop using stuff that's not good for me, so can anyone else. Unfortunately, they don't.
No, your mind is
take that approach.
I agree with you. If you want to put your mind to anything,
Exactly.
you do anything.
Mind
So
over
speaking
matter.
of drugs, can I tell a joke?
Go ahead.
Okay, here's my joke. I wrote this myself. So I have glaucoma now. I'm actually going to get glaucoma surgery.
That's a joke.
No.
Okay.
So I went to my doctor,
Yeah.
my glaucoma specialist. I go, listen, can I get like those medical marijuana card, the medicinal marijuana, because I have glaucoma. Can I smoke marijuana?
Right.
She goes, oh no, you'd have to smoke every 2 hours. I go, I got this. I'll do edibles. I'll put it on yogurt. I'm half Italian. I'll make meatballs. I'll put it in the sauce.
There you go.
You know what I mean? She goes, no, you can't do that. I go, really? She says, yeah. I go, listen, I'm going to go speak to my GI specialist. She says, why? I said, because I can't. She looks at me, okay. She goes, go down there and talk to the GI specialist. So I go down there, talk to the GI specialist. I walk down. I go, listen, can I get one of those medical marijuana, medicinal marijuana cards? He goes, why? I go, I can't shit. He goes, oh, you can't shit? I said, yeah. He goes, go down there, get an x-ray, bring it back. So I go get the x-ray, I bring it back. I give it to the doctor. He's looking at the x-ray. He's like, He goes, you know what? Today's your lucky day. I go, really? He says, yeah. He goes, you get the card. I go, what? Really? How come? He goes, because you're full of shit. You're full of
Okay, well, I see we're going to have to do a little bleeping, but that's cool. Good job.
Hey, listen.
Nice job. Okay. Give yourself a hand.
You didn't like it.
I like it, yeah. I like it. It's quite a story. Did you really have glaucoma?
Yes, I do.
You do? Oh, but you don't. Do you use medical marijuana to?
No.
You don't,
I use
okay.
drops. I'm going to get surgery after. This is my.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what they might have to do is remove cataracts. Isn't that what that is?
No,
No,
cataracts
that's
is different from glaucoma.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna wrap it up in a couple
Okay.
of minutes. Well, listen. I hope you had a good time on the show.
I did. It was exciting. It was great to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell all those people, all the comedians, and you can give a shout out to a couple of people. Say how you doing. You're gonna see the show. Your daughter's right there.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Bobby Kenny. He plays my dad.
I know
in
Bobby.
in
He's
Serial
a
Days.
Facebook friend of
He's
mine.
a great mentor. I actually grew up with his sister and his
Okay.
family, so I'm very close to him and his family. Arthur Hugh, you know Arthur?
Oh, Arthur?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, so and also my friend Jamie Ryan
Okay.
and
Anyone else, real quick, and then we'll do the flip it up.
that's it.
Okay, so folks, watch more episodes of Topic Time. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Here we go.
We have to snap.